Greetings, friends. We are going to play a Throne of Eldraine ranked draft here. Best of one. We have 5,000 gold for the quasi-free entry. Just did our grinding to get the 5,000 needed to pay for this here event. And we're on the free-to-play 2 account, since on our main account, we have 4x'd Throne of Eldraine, so the returns are diminishing on continuing to play there. Might as well use the spare funds we have on this side free-to-play account for our limited fun. And if you want limited fun on your tabletop, you should go to cardkingdom.com and buy yourself some sealed product, because they have it. They have sealed product, they have singles, they have supplies, they have an incredible buy list, a 30% store credit bonus if you want to sell them any of your cards. And you get to get whatever you need for that tabletop game. Just it's that simple. Keep them on your radar. And of course, as I continue to mention, if you are going to be buying something physical for your Magic game and Card Kingdom ends up being the winner after you do your research, if you remember little old me, you can come to my Twitch stream page and click on that panel down below and make the purchase via my affiliate link. And then Card Kingdom knows that that you came from here. Someone was asking if I get a cut, like a commission. There's no commission, but the point of Card Kingdom sponsoring me is that they increase their revenue through word of mouth and through this kind of advertising. And so when they see it's effective, when they see people coming to their store from the place where they're advertising, they feel better about their advertising. So yeah, it's not like I get a direct kickback for those purchases, but those purchases are probably the most important thing for Card Kingdom looking at their decisions regarding how they spend their marketing budget, right? So just trying to make sure they feel like I'm a good place for that. It's certainly happy to have them sponsoring me. They've been great over the years and really appreciate it. Let's dive in though. Outlaws Merriment. We can actually, now we are not in a rare drafting situation. This is our side account. We do not care about the collection at all. In fact, we have 0 of these, so can't even really craft them up to get worthwhile gems. We could take Sir Conrad as a rare level power card that is single colored. However, Boros is kind of where the bots are pushing us these days. There's a Slaying Fire too. So I'm enamored by the Outlaws Merriment as a mythic I haven't played with before, but we don't have to take it. If this were the paid account, or sorry, if this were the our main free-to-play account and we were still collection building, I'd snap up the Merriment, but we don't really care about it from a gem standpoint. So this is pure power level, and I'm going to poll it because this is interesting, and we can do whatever chat wants. I'm going to go Outlaw, SYR for Sir Conrad, and Fire for Slaying Fire. And I don't think anything else rises up to pickability here. Looks like everybody wants Outlaw. Okay. One support for Secret Keeper, which you could do. I played, let's see, I played a mono blue deck last night. I went, I think I went 0-3, but I did play a mono blue deck. If you're interested, I'll show it to you later. Let's try and wheel this Rimrock and pick up Scorching over Sir Alan. Alan would be great, but I just would rather have the straight removal than a 5-drop as a place to start. Did they alter the bots again? I don't know. Usually they tell us if they do. Well, I cut blue hard. I cut blue super hard. There was only like 1 good blue card in each pack for the first few picks, and I took them all, and then I sent no blue downstream so that there were basically no bots could get in that. Would red wheel? I'm expecting the Rimrock to wheel, but I'm going to take Dragonfire and try and wheel that Rimrock. We've also seen a couple dwarves so far. We could grab a dwarf here and get in early on the dwarf train. We could also take Burning Yard Trainer, but it's another 5-drop that is like less important to me actually than just filling out our 2s. Like I'd rather have Broom or 7 Dwarves. I think it's early enough in the draft to take the Dwarf and try to build up, because if you get 4 or 5 of these, it's actually quite good. And I've been just so on the trainer, frankly. It can be good, but I'm gonna move into the low drops first. Well, here's a Burning Yard Trainer we could take, but again, we have a Mysterious Pathlighter and a Fairy Guidemother when we're looking to be Boros. I think we take Pathlighter and maybe wheel the Guidemother. We're gonna, there's a lot of adventure in red-white, and even as a 2/2 flyer for 3, not the worst. So yeah, I'm gonna take the Pathlighter here. Outflank, Barge In, and Ogre Errant. We're not particularly knighty yet. Craig says, no way, Guidemother wheels. Do you want to bet? It's not a sure thing, but I'll bet you an internet cookie that it wheels. It can absolutely wheel. It depends on what the bots end up in white. If they don't end up in white, Guidemother is not a priority for them at all, and it absolutely can wheel. Yeah, outflank. I think I would rather have Barge In than outflank if we're doing that, BC. But I'm in for the Barge In. We can skip the Errant and take the Barge In. It's a theoretical reward for being right. Scaldron over Unicorn or Paladin or Tournament Grounds. You take Reaper. I think we're... Yeah, these are all humans. I get it, but these aren't the only creatures we're going to make, right? Yeah, I think I like Scaldron over Paladin. Golden Egg doesn't really do anything for us. Wolverine is kind of worse, though. Yeah, Pathlighter Unicorn is fair, but I just don't like the Unicorn, except late. Well, they both act like removal, but one of them, Barge In allows you to get damage through while removing, and generally Outflank doesn't, and is a little bit more like you need multiple creatures, whereas Barge In can work with just one. I don't think we're going to run Henge in a deck that's leaning to be 2-color. I think we just take a Wolverine for Stupid 2, and I really don't like running Egg in aggro. I just don't. Like, what are we... We're going to play this on 2? That's not what we want to do on 2. We want to play 7 Dwarves or one of the many other 2-drops like Wolverine we're going to pick up. No, I'm off the egg. I think those of you looking to put eggs in aggro are doing it wrong. And I'm going to... Here's the Rimrock. Oh, I thought this was our wheeled Rimrock. We should get a Rimrock next pack too then. Oh, maybe not. Where's our Rimrock? Forget what was in our pack 1 now. Was the Rimrock in the next pick? Next pack? Maybe it was that we took Dragonfire trying to wheel Rimrock. Next pack. Okay, great. So I'm going to take 7 Dwarves here over a Barge In. Again, want to try to up our Dwarf count. All right, no Rimrock wheeled, but we did get another Dwarf. And I'll take a Fling over a Slipper, I think. And I owe an internet cookie because the Guidemother didn't wheel. Yeah, we could be mono red. You're not wrong, but I think this is strong enough to keep the door open. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you, Henge. But I like picking up a 2-drop there anyway. These aggro red, they just really want the 2s. Midnight Clock would have been a fun one to pick up before we were already down the path we are on, but now we are facing an interesting removal pick between second Scorching Dragonfire or a first Red Cap. We're pretty low down right now. Our curve tops at 4 and 3, which makes me more inclined to take something like Red Cap because the land damage doesn't hurt you as much. And this does squeeze, 4 damage versus 3. I'm going to take Red Cap. It's a little bit greedy. Raptor and Krauser want the Dragonfire. I'm going to go for the thing that does more damage. As we've noted, we don't really have the Knight stuff going on yet, but I'll take Trebuchet. Even without a ton of Knights, pinging for a turn, pinging can give a deck nice reach. Yeah, a lot of green in this one, but I don't think we're there. I'm going to try and wheel the Brute. Fireborn Knight seems great in this here red-white deck. Another 7 dwarves. Here we go. Kind of doing it on the dwarves now. Maybe we'll get to 7. That'd be amazing. Well, if I knew I was going to get this one, I think I would just take the Scorching Dragonfire. I'd rather have 2 Dragonfires and 1 Red Cap rather than the other way around. We could also just take Silverflame Squire. I do love me the Squires. And it works with the Pathlighter. Yeah, I think I've changed my mind. I think 2 Red Caps is a, if you're not against red, you're going to be sacrificing lands. That's a pretty big cost. But yeah, Silver Flame gives us a 3, gives us a 2, and works with the Pathlighter. So I'm going to go with Squire in a close call. Merchant, Fox, Outflank are the choices. I don't think we want Ratter here. Ratter's a bit of a trap in the best of circumstances, and certainly is here where we're not really drawing cards at all. Merchant, I don't think is good enough for us. I think we just want Fox, actually. Merchant does slot in at 3, but I love getting all of our 2s lined up. I think that's great. If we're solid on 2s, it just gives us such flexibility for the rest of the draft. For example, taking like a Ritual here instead of a dummy. Although we could take a dummy. I'd rather have a dummy than a Wolverine. But yeah, we can take Ritual. A first Ritual, I think, is fine. Weaselback for the cheap Knight. Yep. Fox flies with Trebuchet. Here's where I start liking the Ginger Brute plan. TLK. This was the stacked green pack. Maybe Blow Your House Down could make this deck. We'll see what our tools are at the end. I don't think Bartered Cow would make it, though. I think we're doing all right. We have 20 cards. Most of them are solidly playable that we'd be happy with. So I think we're in a good spot for the 3rd pack. But yeah, let's get some more dwarves, right? 7 dwarves one time. Here's one. We're going to try and wheel it, though. We're going to take this Tactician and wheel this dwarf. Ignore this Piper. Second Conrad, but Tactician all the way. Red Cap Raiders probably makes the cut here. A decent 3. It's not a Knight, though. This is too greedy, and I don't want a second Ritual. We're going to wheel this anyway. I don't like Skullknocker either, so I'd rather have this 4-3 than this 4-3, if you know what I mean. Grumgully, you're a bit late. You would have been fun to work with, but we're past you now. We're going to take Trapped in a Tower. Trapped in the Tower. Lance, but we'll take it. I'm not going to risk this one wheeling. We'll take this Dwarf. The only knight payoff we have really is the trebuchet, but I'm going to take another trebuchet over a flutter fox. We're an icicle at 2. We could use some more 3s anyway, and we're gonna get another dwarf. In fact, I can just take this Wolverine out. There's no way we're playing it because we're gonna get 6 of the 7 at least. Yeah, 3rd Conrad. Yikes. If we'd gone in the black direction, we'd probably be doing fine too. Here's that outflank again. Yeah, we could take outflank, but we have, let's check our removal. We have Barge in for interaction, Red Cap, Scalding, Scorching, Trapped, plus Silver Flame, Rimrock also is somewhat interaction. We got 5. I can pull this one though. We're not heavy on knights, so this isn't amazing, but it would still slot in at 3. Do you like Fox? Do you like Flank? Or do you like Brim? Yes, knights make this better, but it's not like it deals 0 damage unless you have knights. If you don't have knights, you sit there plunking away for 1 a turn, and it still closes out games if Oppo manages to stall your Boros aggro. All right, I'm glad you like Brimstone because I was going to take it no matter what. I think for curve reasons, it's what we want, even though our knight synergies aren't amazing. But I also agree that the choice was really trebuchet and removal. Here's another chance at trebuchet. There's a joust, but as we've said, our knight count isn't even that high. Are these all knights? No, none of these are knights. What are you saying works with the enchantment, Nantuko? Yeah, we can take Paladin too. I don't know if it's right though, Krauser. I mean, we might wheel one. I'm going to take Trebuchet again. Let's just rack up the Trebs. Another Raiders that we can consider. Another Raiders that I don't think we'll be considering. The future of MTG. Well, I think it's going to be healthy. I think the game is as strong as it's ever been, if not at its strongest in terms of quality of sets overall. I mean, Standard's had some issues here and there, but it kind of always does. I think the game is as compelling or more so than it's ever been. And I think what's also happening is a lot of people like me, like your early Magic players, the people who are around in the mid-90s picking up the game, we're all now having kids and teaching our kids to be Magic players. So I think if the elder generation of Magic players is teaching the youth, the chain will continue. Barge in or another ritual, kind of like a second barge in here. Drawbridge we can consider, but I don't think it'll make the cut. Here's another ritual to consider that I don't think will make the cut. Hey, we didn't wheel our dwarf. Did we actually miss out on the 6th dwarf? That is crazy. Wow. So sad. We'll take another red cap, though. I mean, we wheeled 2 of them in the draft already. I figured we'd get the 6th one. But 5 is nice. Yeah, like having 7 dwarves out on the battlefield ought to be a win condition. I agree. 6 cuts. We can probably get rid of Scaldron, Kiss. Do we have enough for the Pathlighter? Pathlighter is probably good enough on its own. Cut a couple of these Raiders. What does that look like? 18-7. Yeah, I can cut. I agree on 16 land. We can even do one more raiders. Yeah, with 18 creatures, we're still good. Do we want to cut something besides a raiders? I think it's raiders or some other creatures our final cut. Could cut a Gingerbrood even. You can get Rimrocked and Ritual, but other than that, it's not really pumping up. So it's just kind of, I mean, it helps a Fox fly. But I much rather have these red caps than a Gingerbrute in this deck. Yeah, I think I cut the Brute. I don't think it's doing quite enough for us here. Merry. All right, give me a pun. We got to have a Christmas pun on Outlaw's Merriment. Merry. Fistmas, I like it. We'll do it. Giving it to Holden. Maybe we're supposed to be 9/7 red, but we do have 2 white needed for Merriment and Tactician, so we'll keep it even. Yeah, the Outlaw joke is good too, but I think this is good. I like Merry Fistmas. I'm just going to go with this. Let's play. And we are technically free to play 2 over here. All right. No 1-drop. We only have a couple of those though. 3, yeah. So the only thing is we got a couple of our dwarves. That's great. If we can find another mountain, that would be ideal. Mountain would allow us next turn to go dwarves plus Rimrock. All right, we'll go Pathlighter instead. Found a 3-drop. Next turn can be trapped 7. Depending on what they want to do. They just could straight kill everything we play. That's another thing that could happen. No, not much respect for this card, but maybe we have to trap it. I was going to also worry about this lifelink. Of course, they got 3 other cards, but let's go. Let's trap it, rock it, and play it. All right. Was gonna ritual, but with second dwarf available. I'm gonna get a dwarf down first, and then we can look at ritualing next turn. Lifelink and Death Touch. Not making it easy. Yeah, that's true. I guess I should have swung Rimrock. I was just trying to wait till it got bigger too, but we could have certainly made that offer. Probably a mistake not to. That hurts, but I like that it's tapped out. If they can just not kill any more of our stuff right now. Well, sending all. Trouble is, yeah, that's weird. They didn't free the paladin, huh? Certainly taking some trades here, but okay, just the one. Land, not what we need. Are we happy with a Rimrock trade for anything? Yes, we are. So we'll send in the Rimrock, but I'm leaving the dwarves back still because they just get eaten by the commander. Yeah, we're on 16 land, getting flooded, but we've gotten a fair bit of spells. Oppo's just had some good stuff. They got basically a 2-for-1 out of the Rider. Was giving these a pretty big meh earlier on in the draft, and I still agree. I think these are pretty meh, but they're beating the snot out of us right now. There's not much we can do here. The commander, we have to take it all this turn, basically, to try and set up for a double pump next turn to actually do something. But we're in serious trouble until we can trade off for this commander. Whatever. Dead to a swing out. Just going to make him do it, though. I guess we had one block, but we were dead. We were dead. Maybe so, Year. I'm just saying our deck, though, is designed to be a low to the ground 16 lander and certainly wasn't drawing out like it. Again, I said the real play there from Oppo was having a Murderous Rider to 2-for-1 us. So being on the play and then getting 2-for-1 put us a couple cards behind Oppo, even if they had a similar land count. So tiny. Keeper. Lost a couple dwarves. Trebuchet this time. I could have attacked. I suppose maybe they don't block, but I mean, what do you of course you're blocking with a Secret Keeper, so I should have, though. I mean, some people are real, like, maybe they have the runaway together and they, like, really don't want to risk anything, and they might be afraid we have a barge in and a pump or something like that. So should have just attacked first, make them block. I made some presumptions about what Oppo would do instead of actually making them do it. And here, trying to figure out if we're trapping anything. It would just be the keeper. So this time, I will make him do it. Send in. Huh. All right. Fine with that trade. R1 for their 3. Yeah, maybe that's why they did it, because they're just like, it's just gonna, they can't get past the reach anyway. But I'm just gonna play a dwarf here. I don't know if there's a good slang name for them east. All right. Well, now let's see. Yeah, I'll just play the knight. We could effectively get 2 cards out of our hand by trapping the keeper in a tower and then using tactician in response to a folio activation. But I'm fine with just dropping a knight and actually I shouldn't have done that first, but let's attack with the 7 dwarves. There are no official names. We just threw out a bunch. We never settled on... I didn't want to choose from among the many, many wonderful going optimal dwarf names and, you know, settle in on 7. It was more the mental exercise that was fun than actually landing on the perfect 7. Yeah, salty is definitely one of them. Yeah, between white and blue both have a lot of reasons to be worried about trapped in the tower, we'll say that. Might be able to get him with the squire. We'll come back to that. We could also just tap both and get in for a big push. We could tap and trap. I forgot the ping. Ah! Hate missing the ping. All right, we can just outlaws now, sure. Yeah, actually next turn should be good. Like, let's say they play a creature. We get to trap Sir Eleonora and tap the other two with Tactician and get in for a bunch. Oh, good point. Sorry, tax and removal. So I guess in that case we would just trap Eleonora, but still potentially get in for a bunch. Let's see what they do. Thanks, Fuzz. Totally, I don't read cards no more. I think of Sir Eleonora as draw a card and be kind of big. Then I forget everything else. See, I love yours, Marsh Viper, but I can't make those official. I just like that people come up with 7. Seems better to keep coming up with possible 7s than to settle on official ones. Yeah, Runaway Together hasn't shown up yet. I've been kind of expecting it to. Hey, look, I remembered. I almost forgot, but I remembered. All right, they're doing this play, so I'm going to go with the play I suggested. We're going to trap Eleonora and tap the others. Oh, that's right. I forgot again. Wait. It's my old man brain. We just talked about this, and I've already forgotten, of course. Let's see. So we could instead... Can't really do what we could... Ritual. That doesn't do what I want. I think we just have to trap this and... wait. Do we want to trap that now? Maybe we don't, because I kind of want to trap Eleonora when we're going to attack, because if they do have something... yeah, trap now, swing later is dangerous because of the tools that blue has to rescue Eleonora out from under the trap. So we could also just drop the Squire as a 2/1. Tactician non-Eleonora at the end of their turn. And then have that attack I'm talking about. Let's do that. Tactician at the end of their turn, if it doesn't get countered, should be pretty good. I didn't want to do Raider's Pass because I wanted to have the ability to tap. If we get a land and we want to put this on something other than Eleonora, we could dump 2 cards next turn. We'll see. Where are we at on library health? 17 cards in library. If they counter it, that's okay. It leaves them with Cauldron mana left, but then they're pretty low on mana. Oh, man. We could 2-spell it. But I think we go with the plan here. Trap Eleonora and get in a big, big swing. They're at a virtual 2. If we can untap with Trebuchet, and this actually puts them at a virtual 1. Actually, they're dead. If they don't kill the Trebuchet or gain life, they're dead. Because we get 1, untap 2, untap 3, and untap 4. We beat Mill, everybody. We beat Mill. No, this is not too early. See, the way it works, Nantuko, is they're tapped out. Our victory was guaranteed. See? All right. 1 to the good. I'm going to play one more, then I'm going to call it a stream today. I've been streaming extra long this week, but I've got a lot of adulting that I'm denying, and I got to get on it. So we're going to play one more, then we're going to call it a stream for the day, and we may play the rest of this tomorrow. I may play it offline. We'll see how it goes. Probably just wait, though. I think I'm just going to make this account my new... It's free-to-play too. It's the place where we play free-to-play limited on stream when our main account is full up. Keep this. Rimrock on 2. Is that something we want? Let's see what they do here. If I can come up with an excuse to trap something in a tower, I just might. That's a bad thing to trap into a tower since it still pumps the other dwarves. Let's see what else we get. Oh, we got our own Weasel back. That's interesting. And we can use Rimrock to pump it. Yeah, let's put a Weasel back out and then pump it with Rimrock. Yeah, we were talking direct challenge earlier in the stream. Is that what you mean? Our line has worked out well. We get to mess with one of their 7. And start getting trebuchets down ahead of lots of activations, we hope. Now, if they attack with both, do we block the 7 dwarves? Oh, now we definitely do not. Holy moly, no, we were supposed to have all the dwarves! It's not fair! Not fair! We were supposed to have all the dwarves! This is bogus. This is BS. But we're not dead yet. Let's win this one. This is rough. We could be dead here. No, maybe is there... I'm trying to think of cards they could have. No, even two pump wouldn't do it, right? Well, we're going to take this and hope against hope, I suppose. How about our red cap removal. That would be sweet. Right off the top. Here we go. No, that's not what it is. Let's see. We got to trade for some stuff. That's the problem here. And we don't have trade tools. They only had 2 cards in hand, though, Tron, or I would have worried a little bit about that. I guess we play the Pathlighter. Ugh. This is not good. We're just chumping. So yeah, we play the Pathlighter to chump or the Trebuchet to chump. Chumping with Pathlighter. Well, if we triple block, we just kind of effectively lose to the red cap. I mean, maybe we can't triple block or we just lose to a pump from the red cap. I don't think it mattered. I'm going to give this one up. That's just ridiculous. Pretty insulting for us to get rolled by dwarves, let me tell you. Yeah, I can't go out on that. Can't go out on that awfulness. Besides, we'll just lose this one and then the draft will be done and I can go and stick my head in a pot of soup and salt it plenty good. All right, now we have all the dwarves. Do we get to have all the dwarves this time? How lucky. Well, liking where we're at so far, this is an interesting choice of Trebuchet versus another dwarf. Given that we have no knights, I'm just going to go for dwarf power here. Worry about this clover. Crazy stuff can happen when a clover is out. But in this case, I think we're good because we're going to actually Silverflame Squire these dwarves out of range. Like, they just get to eat the first, the Fireborn. That seems great. Can't play the dwarf, though. And I'm going to attack with the red cap. If they want to just try and eat the red cap, we're going to let that happen and do something else. Like, maybe just play the other... Oh, that's weird, though. Yeah, I'm going to do it. Because we can even pump the red cap and at least trade, so it's still fine. Right? It becomes a 3-3 and trades with a 2-3 double strike. So I was a little worried about that attack and not wanting them to block the red cap. Now I'm fine with it as I actually do the math. It'll be fine if they want to take that block. If they just take it all, I think I just go dwarves, squire, no trick. It gets first strike, no pump, but this pumps both power and toughness. This isn't a Rimrock. We would pump the red cap so that it doesn't get eaten, and we would pump the dwarves so they specifically eat the knight. All right, they're saying nothing. So what do we want to do about that? We could pump. Well, I was saying. Yeah, I'm just gonna do that and go dwarf. And then do we play Silverflame Squire or not? We're so telegraphed now because they're like, why didn't they play that before combat? I'll save the trick. Yeah, we'll keep the trick back. That's fine. We've got a lot of ways to threaten to end the game. We can play the plains and have red cap pump plus trick next turn. That should do it. Is Oppo just disconnected? Yeah, maybe so. I was thinking they were just tanking, but they may just have disconnected. I think we had this one. I don't know if they're technical difficulties or frustrated or whatever, but I was pretty sure that we had this one. Gosh, one of the things I got to do today is go renew my passport because I may be doing some international travel in the future. Leave that there for now. All right, well, I'm just going to do it this way. Actually, we don't need to do it that way. Let's just attack. They seem to be gone anyway, but I think the trick plus the attack ought to get it here. Hey, Druck, what's up? All right, I think Oppo scoops here at long last. We have 5, but we got cheated. We wheeled dwarves all draft and then failed to wheel our 6th one in the 3rd pack. It was very frustrating. Almost a 7 dwarf masterpiece. All right, I'm weak. Shut up. I didn't ask you. We should take a poll to see how many games people think I'm going to play after I say I'm done playing. Did they fix the... Now this is weird. So they've left... So now I need to like rework... Well, I don't know what best of 3 looks like. Did they fix best of 3 yet? I don't know. And I'm talking about the indicator of what my record is in the match. We go first... We have... Oh, we didn't do a par poll for this one. Too late for that now. Man, if this was a plains and a mountain, I'd be so happy with this hand. It would be great. It would just be great. But no sense lamenting what does not exist in front of my eyeballs. If we're on the draw, maybe I think about keeping this, but I think on the play we have to mulligan and find immediate action. All right, this looks much better. And how greedy do we want to be? We can keep the 3 lands and know that we have Dwarf, Dwarf, Tactician. We can drop a Plains and know that we need another Plains to make this fly, but we can do the tap thing. And then we're 2 lands off of Fireborn, though. We are a 16 lander too, so no guarantees of that. I almost want to drop the Tactician here. Is that crazy? Well, we do have Dwarf, Dwarf, tap with no other lands. I'll be greedy. I'm gonna be greedy. All right, well, we can operate on 2 for a bit, at least. That's nice. Uh-oh. This is a good card. If we give him time, hopefully we find one more land. We can go Fox Redcap. That would be a sweet turn. Love to go Fox Redcap and then tap a couple of things on their turn. No such luck. Hopefully they're just leaving all this up to crack the food and get the Trail of Crumbs. With they'll probably block, crack, crumb is what I think they're using their mana for. So let's send in. They've got somewhat of an engine here, but it takes some mana. It's not a free engine. Need some kind of meow bark. I always imagine a fox has a meow bark. All right, so they're getting good value. They're out-carding us by quite a bit. But this is a good turn to go ahead and use the... Well, we could swoop here. Well, if you had 2 swamps, I might red cap first. But yeah, I like swoop here. And then we can, if we find a land, we trebuchet, and then have these red caps that trigger the trebuchet. So that's nice. And yeah, we'll take this opportunity to deny you your blocks. Also, if we get any land, trebuchet launches the fox for damage in the air. Land off the top next turn would be great. I think it would allow us to push towards victory here. If we go too much longer without a 3rd land, their value train could leave the station and we could be in trouble, but kind of like where we're at. A land off the top, they're at 5 off the fox, and then kind of at a virtual 1 with the... over the course of a couple turns with the pings. All right, we got our land, and that's interesting because now we have a choice. If we can trebuchet and launch the fox now. We could play Tactician, next turn launch the fox and attack for 4. But I like trebuchet now with the knights in hand. And then it launches the fox. And while we have good attacks with the dwarves technically, One of them dies to the knight. The other one blocks the Cauldron Familiar, which allows it to die, and then they can do a Cauldron Familiar loop. So I think we just attack with the Flutter Fox and don't give them the dead cat to work with. Because we can kind of get it done from here without attacking into the cat again. Yeah, Tacticians and Knight. So that's another reason to Trebuchet first. We have we have all Knights in hand to trigger Trebuchet. They're coming after it, it looks like. That's the power of the Trebuchet, though. They had to use premium removal on it. Now we're going to come back with a Tactician and try to get there with that. We do get a red cap as well. We can play the Fireborn. What does that really do for us? I like coming in with the Fireborn as the last play. We could also go ahead and put him to the test here. Accept some trades on this one. They've got ground chumps for days, but we're going to be dumping creatures out for days too. What they're going to do if we attack away is let the familiar die to a dwarf, eat food to get it back, and pay. Yeah, we're definitely doing tactic and red cap. The question is, are we attacking? Yeah, there's no question we're doing red cap and tactician. I'm just trying to figure out if we're actually attacking with anything left. We may be better off just waiting a turn and attacking with we got one hourglass here. Fenner wants to swing away and let the cat die. Raptor likes keeping their cat alive. I think I like tactician, red cap, pass. Although, yeah, it is a pretty good... They get Flutter Fox. They get Flutter Fox on Witch, Dwarf, Dwarf. And then they're at 6. And then we still just try to get there in the air with the Tactician anyway. All right. I think I'm in for the attack. Changed my mind between casting and not. Magic's a hard game. I try to plan out my whole turn before I do anything, but we also have 0 hourglass, so I also wanted to keep doing things that way. It's really hard for me to tell. I honestly don't know which is increasing our win percentage, attack or no attack here. Lash of Thorns is a surprise, but... I kind of like that they used it, because, yeah, they can do the cat now, but they don't have the mana to trade. Oh, they do. Never mind. Sorry. I was thinking they didn't have the mana, but they do. Hey, Amazonian. Thank you for the raid. Good game earlier. Found some land. Maybe we could have made a game of it, but it was... pretty rough, and you've caught me at a pretty rough moment here. Oh, we got barge in. I think we go when we barge in and win here, we get 2 through. We get 1 pump. Yeah, I think we just win here. No, they have food. We can't just win here because they got food. So we're gonna set it up over a course of a couple turns. Trying not to get knocked out of this Eldraine best of 1 event here. We are at 2 losses, 2 and 2. Had some rough luck, but trying to just get wide enough here so that this barge in plus an alpha can get us there. But I wasn't attacking this turn. Fresh. I knew that this time. Granted, I have changed my mind, but simply passing through combat to not allow myself to change my mind doesn't seem particularly useful either. Tall as a Beanstalk gives reach to the Tempting Witch. Don't worry, Fresh. I don't read cards either. Okay, now we get Barge in and a pump on the Fireborn. I think that lets us get there. Certainly it lets us take out the Witch. Anyway, we're going to swing away, see if we can control the board, if not get a win. Worth noting, the Fireborn Knight is human, so it does not trample if that comes up. Lost Legion may get to eat a dwarf, but we got to do it. We can also go Fireborn Pump and barge in on the dwarf. Let's see. Can we find a win? If we just let the if we ignore the Fireborn and get a bunch of trample going, maybe that's what does it. We'll get 1 in here, 2 in here, and a pump is 1, 2, 3, 2 in here. Oh yeah, this doesn't get, but this doesn't get, I was just counting damage. Bargain just matters for trample. Okay, yeah, let's do, so we go red cap for a 3/3 plus 2 pumps is 4, 5, 7, 3 trample. That gets through for 6. And then this, oh, but no, it doesn't win, does it? But if we barge the, I think we're 1 off, but we still do it. Oh man. Okay, we've got an hourglass, so I'm going to let this think this through. Because the other thing we can do is pump here, make this a 3/4, and pump it into a 5/6, which saves the Fireborn, which seems great. I'm going to do it this way. Got to do something now. I'm not sure this is correct, but got to do something. Hourglass is out. Yeah, maybe I should have barged the Fireborn. It still gives this the trample. Maybe saving the wrong thing here. Yeah, I'm already not liking what I ended up deciding. Pumping the red cap because it tramples. Yeah, I think we definitely barged the wrong thing. Magic is hard. Of course, with the pump, they would have saved the witch anyway. The fact that they had a trick doesn't necessarily make it correct, you know, doesn't save us from that having been correct. It couldn't save, they wouldn't have saved it? That wasn't enough to save? Stupid rope. Maybe with another hourglass I could have found the right line, but it was tough. And we're not dead yet. 2 flyers now let us get passed in, so we draw a Rimrock, we win. Oh my god. People. Come on. How many times do we have to read Tall as a Beanstalk? I mean, I don't read cards either, but let's read them once. I'm going to say no blocks, because we're hoping for a top deck win. Nothing's yet stopping us from top decking a Plains. This allows us to triple pump. I could have held the land to disguise, but really we're just waiting out for, we're gonna chump the Beanstalk, chump if we need to. We still have a chance to win. Because these, well, no, I guess we don't. They have too much to sack to the Noble. Nonsense, Nantuko. Did I say GG? No. Oh, you're saying it the other way. Yeah, sorry, I thought you were calling me a GGer. I see that you're flipping it. Maze of Death, don't you dare come in here and judge me for the colors I'm playing when you weren't here for the draft, all right? Bruh. Making wild statements about someone's draft choices when you weren't even here for the draft? Bruh. All right, well, we finished the draft anyway. We're dead, right? It's just block to make sure we're not... Make him do it. No, they can just sack Noble or whatever. Can you... Yeah, they could just sack the Witch and win. That was just an easier way to do it. Nice try, Nantuko. I listen to, I'd say about 5% of my playlists are rap. So not, it's not my main diet, but I love a lot of rap. I'm more of an old school rap enthusiast. I like Kendrick Lamar. I like, there's some modern stuff that I like, but mostly the pop radio rap is just not for me. A playlist together to share with me or whatever. Anybody can send me a playlist. I got friends. It says 0. Oh, maybe nobody's accepted my friends. Oh, this is this other account. That's why. What this is the backup account. We don't need to bother friending on this because I'm not going to do constructed on this. Thank you, Maze. Glad you liked that vid.